fines. Hear from a lawyer tonight who tells us how this works, but where he sees loopholes. Our top story tonight at 10 o'clock, a new crackdown is in the works for anyone trying to get around the state's ban on vaccine passports. Spectrum Bay News 9's Trevor Pettiford is live for us in downtown St. Pete tonight with more on this. It's a rule from the health department as part of a law that passed in our state. So what did you find out about this rule that's about to go into effect, Trevor?
Well, there's a lot to unpack in this. You know, it's been true for some time that vaccine passports have been illegal here in Florida. But what's new this week is a rule from the Florida Department of Health that slaps some hefty fines on anyone trying to get around that.
Earlier this year, Governor Ron DeSantis signed a bill into law saying businesses, governments, and schools cannot require proof of COVID-19 vaccination. That law allowed the Department of Health to fine anyone up to $5,000 per violation. And this week, the department filed a ruling detailing how they'll enforce that. It says first, the department will issue a notice of violation prior to any fines. But then second, the department says each violation will result in that $5,000 fine for each individual and separate violation. But local business compliance attorney Robert Shimberg says there's a legal way around all that.
For instance, if the business wanted to say that the individual needed to prove that they had a negative COVID test within a certain number of hours before entering the business could do that, and that would have nothing to do with the law that was passed.
But the question remains, is it legal? Governor DeSantis is currently in federal court fighting with Norwegian Cruise Line, trying to appeal a district court judge's ruling against his ban on cruise lines mandating vaccinations. Shimberg says don't be surprised if other businesses have their day in court too.
You know, it's really going to come down to whether an employer, whether someone like the cruise line is going to say that they feel like that they have grounds to challenge it in court, and they're willing to go to court to challenge it.
Now, it's important to point out that the state's ban on vaccine mandates does not apply to businesses requiring their employees to be vaccinated. They still have the right to do that. Now, all these new rules go into effect on September 16th. Live in St. Petersburg, Trevor Pettiford, Spectrum Bay News 9.